There's bottles of water in the refrigerator too. Y'all want some? Nah. Right. Oh, so like, yeah. All right. All right. Let's go ahead, clap it up. Start off in saying Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yana. I'm Priest and Officer 5000, Kassar Pakat. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown for ISUPK Northern California, ISUPK Sacramento, Oakland, all over the Bay Area. If you are in Northern California, you want to get into class, we're here at 2213 McDonald Avenue in Richmond, California. All right. Let's see. Before we get into any questions, let's go ahead and clap it up again for the Passover. Brothers in here made it to Passover. Glorious, both of y'all first Passover event. Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. It was definitely amazing to be out there, see all the brothers, all the garments, the sisters, the children. Brother said children were out there wrestling like WWE, WWF, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have to report them to their parents immediately. You know what I mean? But outside of those things, I definitely had an amazing time. It was good to see brothers I haven't seen in a long time. The Hebrew Academy, give it up for those brothers as well. 2025 graduates, Ressurection, which is the title of tonight's class. But before we get into that, any questions in the room or online, go ahead, type them in the chat online as well. Go ahead, up.
I have a question about okay.
Are you asking in the mic, Barbershop? They can hear you online. Try that. Go ahead. No sweat.
All right, yeah. My question was about the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Mm-hmm.
His beer,
right,
and certain drinks that have some type of carbonation that blow you up. Mm-hmm. Does that count as something that is like 11? Yeah.
Right. So what I have been told is that it is not it's not active yeast. The yeast that they use for beer is not a leavening agent. Now, I was looking into it yesterday. I remember you had mentioned something like it. Depending on what they're saying online, I can always double check and ask the general, Cap, or ask the general. Well, I've always heard that beer was too wild to drink during the Feast of Unleavened Bread. There is a difference between the type of yeast that's used in making beer and the type of yeast that's used to make bread rise and leaven in it. So, but let's be clear. I'll get on that tonight when we leave to answer that question more clearly. Yeah. So Fine. Anything else? Go ahead.
Can I get a Can I get a breakdown on Hebrews 9 and 27?
9 and 27.
Yeah, and pretty much like other people try to use this scripture to say that they don't believe in reincarnation, or in the Bible it says regeneration.
Okay. You can go ahead and read it as well. Just wait for the brother to see when he gets it too. And we'll get there. That's going to go into tonight's topic as well. So that's a Tawab question as well. He can read it. Yeah.
Ready?
Let me get 1 second. Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 27. And it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment.
Right. And that is just that's the only part of the precept. Let me see. Trying to find a precept for that real quick. All right. All right. Go ahead one more time.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 27.
Uh-huh.
And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment.
Right. Okay. So break it down.
So they'll sit up there and say, well, you see that there's no such thing as reincarnation because a man is only appointed to die once. They don't come back. Again, you will get judged. That's what they'll say when they use this scripture.
Where does it say you don't come back at?
Well, they'll say that after you die, then it's judgment. And then that's it.
Okay. That's what we teach as well. But then we also teach that there's regeneration, that you will come back and regenerate.
Correct.
So the first thing I would do is just hold them to this one and make them show me where it's saying you don't come back again. So read it again.
And as it is appointed unto man once to die.
Right. So it's appointed unto men once to die, right? You live this life and then you're going to die. Everyone is going to pass on and they have to pass away, right? Keep going.
But after this, the judgment.
Right. So your soul and your spirit will receive judgment and then you will come back into the earth again, right? But we can show precepts to show that that's what happens. But go to verse 28.
Verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
So Christ Christ was once offered to bear the sins of many.
How many times?
Many.
No, once. How many times?
Many.
No. Go back. It says, so Christ was once.
So Christ was once offered to bear the sins of many.
Right. Keep going.
And unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time.
The what?
The second time.
Okay.
Without sin unto salvation.
So Christ died once, but then he's going to appear a second time. So it is possible to die once and to come back. You see what I'm saying? So even in the precept right after that, it is revealing that even Christ himself, it says, die once, but he's coming back, right? But you have something real quick? But I'll pull the precept for you.
I was just going to add on just to that. Just to go down to this next verse. And
Right? So let's go to Ecclesiastes, though. We're going to go to Ecclesiastes. Let's go to the first chapter. And then we will start at let's see, verse 9. Yeah, let's wait for the brother. So what we do is usually we got other brothers in the class will just say all Akim, all Akwakim, you got it. If we got sisters here, and then just check and see if everybody's there, and then we'll go from there. All right. So it looks like the brother got it. We all to walk.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be.
Right. The thing that have been is that which shall be. This is talking about your spirit. This is talking about reincarnation right here. Keep going.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Right. Keep going.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
Right. So even scientists tell you that energy can't be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. So the same thing, they literally say the weight of the earth is exactly the same as it was in the beginning, because however many atoms and molecules are in your body, in your flesh, in this orange, in whatever, if I drink this water, the weight of the earth doesn't change. It just gets transferred, gets changed, and goes into something else. So even in the spiritual sense, nothing is new. All these spirits come from the source and they regenerate. But keep going.
So like in verse 10, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
See what?
See, this is new.
Right.
It has been already of old time, which was before us.
Right. So there's countless precepts we can go and show in John, the 9th chapter, verse 1, where it talks about the blind man. Y'all familiar with that as well? Where it says, he was blind from birth, but is it him that sinned or is his parents, right? So we know that Christ taught about reincarnation. Keep going.
So like in verse 11, there is no remembrance of former things.
Right, but there is no remembrance of former things. We don't remember the life and the things that you did before. People always come and tell you, I was who they want to say? I was Sammy Davis Jr. in my past life. You know what I mean? And I was Elvis Presley. Nah, you don't remember. I was King Henry III. There's always some great people. It was never I was a janitor. You know what I'm saying? Has anybody ever said I was a trash man in my past life? Everyone has this remembrance of being some great figure because they have, what is that called? Delusions of grandeur. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all want to be something great, but that's not the case. You don't have a remembrance, but it doesn't mean you weren't here. Keep going.
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after.
Right. And then we'll go to chapter 3, and then we will talk about the judgment that it talked about in the last one. Let's see, verse 16. Yep, Ecclesiastes 3 and 16.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 16.
Matter of fact, you can go up to verse 15. So lock it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 15.
Right, the water.
That which has been is now,
right,
and that which is to be has already been.
Right. So that which was there before is now, you know what I mean? And one more time, the last part. And that which is to be.
And God required that which is past.
Right. Keep going.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Under
where?
Under the sun, the place of judgment.
All right, break that part down. And either brother, if you want to look at it.
So on earth.
Right.
It's going to be here on earth.
So once again, I would ask them, what does this mean? Based on those precepts, you can really just go straight to here. but it says under the sun, the place of judgment. So how can you get judged on earth in this precept, but over there they're saying you just go, you get judged after you die, and you never come back. You're punished in eternal hell and fire, because that's the only thing that they can say after that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they cannot. Also, I believe in Matthew, it talks about, I think it's Matthew 10 and 28, where it talks about judgment that so both soul and flesh will burn. You know what I'm saying? I can pull that precept, but Salaki, go ahead and finish reading that precept.
Verse 15 or verse 16?
16. Salaki.
16.
Mhm.
This is verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there,
Right.
and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right. So this is just talking about, this is the place where the judgment for the things you've done in your past life, when you regenerate, you come back. This is the place where the judgment happens. You were doing this in that past life, you're going to experience these certain things in this life. If it was positive things, if you were a prophet, you were in the truth, the Bible says that the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. You will come back and you will be in the truth again. You will come back and you will experience certain things based on what you did. You was a horrible person in your past life. TD Jake, some people think they might live their life and not get punished for it. Whoever it may be, Hitler, anybody, they are going to come back in a different body and experience the judgment that they had for the life they lived. And so the last precept, let's just go to John 9 and 1 on this, and we'll give you a couple of precepts on that. Hopefully that's pretty tawab on that. But in things like that, you always want to put people on the defense. You don't want to be on offense and prove this to them. So I would literally just hold them right there on that one precept and tell them, show me where it says that you don't come back, because they are being presumptuous. They're adding what they're saying onto it, just like they could say I was adding onto it what it says, right? Because they can say the same thing. Well, it doesn't say you're going to come back. You're saying that. You're right. But I'm going to use precept upon precept, line upon line. I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes. I'm going to go to John. I can back up what I'm saying with countless precepts in the Bible. You cannot. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm giving this for y'all, but for them, I wouldn't even do that. I would just literally just keep them there so they can prove that that is what it's saying. We'll go ahead with John 9 and 1. Yeah. Yeah. John 9 and 1. Not First John, yeah. Second John, third John.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 9, verse 1. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Mm-hmm.
And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
That he was what?
Born blind.
Right. So you can go straight here too. Tell them to break this down. What does this mean? And just keep them there, hold them there. Explain that. What does that mean? How can this person have sinned when he was blind from birth? He had to have sinned when? All right. Make sure you raise your hand. You know what I'm saying? Get it for the end. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much that. I don't know. Is that too hot?
Yes.
All right. Most High Christ. All right. Yeah, I don't, Is that Christians or is that Israelites?
Israelites.
Oh, wow.
Most Israelites, they either don't believe in reincarnation or they believe in they don't believe in resurrection. Yeah, so it's either one of those two.
When you say reincarnation, what do you mean the resurrection? What's the difference?
The resurrection of like Christ coming back from the dead, essentially.
So are they like Old Testament?
Some of them
only Israelites that are
some
saying
of them,
this? Okay. I wouldn't know too many Israelites that follow Christ that wouldn't believe in the resurrection.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll say that you personally would not be resurrected. They'll also say that there's no such thing as reincarnation because the word reincarnation is not in the Bible.
Okay.
But I specifically tell them the correct term is regeneration.
Right.
That's the correct term.
Right. Okay. Get that brother in. I like your question. So you got a battling spirit, huh?
So
like a debater. You like to defend and battle. I like that, man. Mawakan has got that spirit too. And I got a couple of brothers in Arizona that are like that as well. I'm like that as too. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up coming up, arguing with my partners. We'd be up to 3 a.m, debating my mom, debating anybody. Like, I just like to battle, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna go to the end and sometimes now being in the truth, like sometimes I was wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm defending something completely wrong, but I'm gonna keep going with my hard head into the very end. But now that just is a gift coming into the truth because you are speaking the truth. So that's always the centering of a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because there is only one truth. So if anyone is coming to you with something, you know you've already won the battle. There is no battle. That's why Captain Desariak is undefeated because he knows I've won this. You're trying to say Christ was born of a virgin. It's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to say salvation is for the Gentiles. It's not true. You're trying to say anything that these other breakdowns are, that these Edomites that live in Israel are the chosen people. It's not true. So you say you're the seed of your mother? Nehemiah says different. It's a lie. What you're doing is lying to me. So the battle is already won just because we're coming from the stance of the truth. Now, there's some people, like I said, that can debate a lie and still win because they're skilled. But you should never be shaken in any debate or battle because you know, okay, I'm standing on the truth right now. That you're telling me the oppressor is not the devil when I got a litany of evidence. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what thing we're doing. Islam, Muhammad is the prophet. Okay, he married a 9-year-old. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, there is no, I shouldn't have to defend that Christ wasn't born of a woman and a man that had sex. You should. They should have to defend that. I shouldn't have to prove that Muhammad wasn't a prophet. You should prove to me that he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, always put them on their heels because they're telling a lie. You know what I mean? But that's just, I digress. All right, let's go ahead. Any more questions? All right, cool. Let's go into tonight's topic. So, give me Deuteronomy 30 and 19. Baba Kasha. I can barely see y'all, but I'm still having a good class. These shades. The water to the brother, the young man. He got me these glasses as well. So I know I clap it up a lot, man. You get around Captain Mawakai, man. That's where I get this from. The water for these shades are. Got triple tint on them. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Come.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you,
right,
that I have set before you life and death.
Right. One more time.
I call heaven and earth.
I call heaven and earth.
To record this day against you.
Right. To record this day against you. This is a witness. Right. Everyone's gonna witness this. Is what's happening. Go ahead.
That I have set before you life and death.
Life and what?
Life and death.
Right. What is the life and the death? Anybody? What is the context of what's being talked about? Go ahead.
Choice, sir.
Okay. The choice between where does the life come from, where does the death come from?
Being in the truth or not.
Okay. I'll take that. What does it mean to be in the truth? Last thing I'll give you last shot. Go to him.
God. All the Most High, His commandments, sir.
There you go. That's it. Yep. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. This is the life and death. You're going to obey these commandments or you're not. If you obey them, you're going to have life. If you don't, you're going to have death. And it's just the reality of what we see outside of our door every day. The people that are in the world, they are not only dying in the streets, getting killed, they're going to prison. That's death. They're addicted to drugs. If somebody's on heroin, are they really living? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, I don't even with class, all these Kanye West songs, I ain't listen to them that much, but they always come back to my mind. I think, did he say in one of the songs, he was like, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Like, they're using that as like to be wealthy. You know what I'm saying? You never lived life because you didn't have a Lambo. You never lived life because you haven't traveled to France or been to Italy. You never lived life because you haven't eaten all the glorious steaks in the world. But in essence of the truth, like, everyone dies, but not everyone lives. Meaning, if you are addicted to heroin, crack, Percocets, Molly, one of these brothers, they sent me a picture of Lil Wayne and some homeboys I got in the world have a group chat. They showed a picture of Lil Wayne. They're like, man, what happened to Wayne? I'm like, I'm being sarcastic as hell. Let me see what the hell I responded with them brothers earlier today. I'm like, man, I don't know what happened to Lil Wayne. Maybe I'm put a list. It was like, I said, what happened to this nigga, man? I said, I don't know. The shoulder emoji. And I was like, maybe ... lean, Percocet, Molly, Xans, coke, heroin, fentanyl, weed, tobacco, mushrooms, alcohol, whippets, meth, ecstasy. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that nigga. Like, how do you not know what happened to this nigga? Like, he done took all of those drugs. You know what I'm saying? Damn near half of them at one time. It's like, go ahead up.
So like yourself,
Yeah.
I was gonna say too much blonde hair dye.
That too. Hey, damn, that's it. Get it? Yeah. And that's the picture with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much, but the picture, I'm gonna zoom in. They like, you know what I mean? And then they show the next picture. Oh, this is a little zoomed in picture. You know, that blonde hair is definitely taking all of his hair out. But then they show this picture, which really put it into perspective. You know what I mean? Like, that's not aging. If he would have been drinking water and just living life, he wouldn't look like this at the age that he's at, man. You can tell, like, when I grew up in the 90s, you know, 2000, like, you could see a dope head. You could just tell. You got to tell me your auntie smoked crack. You see her walking around, like, okay, yeah. It's just a certain look they have. You know what I mean? Your grandma, your uncle, whatever, like, it's just a look in their skin, their eyes. It's just a distinct look of someone that smoked crack for a long time. And that's how he looks. He looks like it's not age, it's something else. It's taking his soul away. But saying all that to say, like, that's life and death that is put before us. Not only is that's not living, the death of, you know, just, you know, everything that comes with being in the world. You know what I mean? But keep going. It's like
Verse 19.
mm-hmm.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you,
Mm-hmm.
that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursing.
Right.
Therefore, choose life.
Therefore, what?
Choose life.
Right. This is not a request. This is not a suggestion. This is an order. This is a commandment. Choose life. You don't have a choice. This is what we have to do. Because if you don't choose this, then you are automatically choosing death, and it's not it's not an option. Keep going.
That both thou and thy seed may live.
Right. So it not only affects just us, it affects our children and our generations that come after us. So the reason why I titled this class Resurrection, for one, it has to do with this Hebrew Academy class 2025. And one of the heavy things that I believe it was Captain Nagataka, or it might have been Captain Yatas. I can't remember which captain said it, but they said something to the effect of, in order to resurrect, you have to die. You know, and coming into the truth is about killing off that old man and becoming a new person and having a new life and resurrecting as a different person. And so, and that different person is someone that follows the laws of God, right? And so, for countless years being in the world, we all chose death. The things that we didn't allow us or the future generations to live, because your sins don't just affect you directly. So that's another thing I saw earlier today. It was talking about how a lot of brothers, they get money and they deal with white women. And a lot of the comments were saying, okay, if this is why are you worrying about who I'm sleeping with? The same thing the LGBT community says. Like, what is this your business? But they don't realize your sin affects everyone around you. Like, you can say, okay, it's okay for this person to be LGBT, but then all of these other people that follow that lifestyle get HIV/AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say, I can just go and meet this woman at the club and sleep with her. What does that have to do with everyone else? Well, have you heard of gonorrhea? Have you heard of chlamydia? Have you heard of all these other diseases that come from sleeping with whores? That is, have you heard of women that become prostitutes and get raped, get murdered, get killed? It's countless of negative things. How about the children that grow up with their mother that's a whore? Oh, you can say the same argument. Oh, if I just go buy a prostitute, we're two grown, consenting adults. That's what they tell you, right? I'm paying her money. She want to sleep with me. I want to sleep with her. Yeah, but what about her 3-year-old that's at home that has to deal with a mother that is never home because she's a whore and she has a pen that's pushing her to go on the streets every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, they are not taking into account that your life affects everyone around you. And so all of these sins not only just affect us, they affect our children, our future generations. All right. Let's drop that. Let's go to Ephesians 4:17. Well, good shot. If y'all got any comments or anything, go ahead, please. Matter of fact, y'all are some intelligent brothers. I'm gonna pick y'all brains a little bit tonight. Ephesians 4:17. And go through a couple of verses. What these brothers did in Hebrew Academy is something that's spiritual. It's something that you can't understand. And sometimes even until not only you graduated, but until you see someone else graduate. That's kind of the point where I'm at. It's like, okay, for me to go through it is one thing to understand it. It's another thing to see another class go through it and I get a deeper understanding. It's another thing to see another class go through it. Like they said, Esau, when they go to their military, they go to PT training. They go away for 3 months. They're locked in. All they do is focus on training and learn how to be soldiers. This, to me, is harder than that because you're not away from your family. You're not designated or paid some money, right? The government has to pay for you to go to PT training. So you don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about shelter. All you have to do is worry about living here and doing whatever the hell they tell you to do. But what we're doing in Hebrew Academy is a spiritual thing. It's not just about becoming a physical soldier. It's about becoming a spiritual soldier because the weapons of our warfare are what?
Not carnal.
Right. Weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So their mindset is if you can become the strongest soldier, can do the most push-ups, the most pull-ups, you can run the fastest, you can shoot straight, then you are going to win this war. You're going to go fight China, you're going to win. You're going to fight Afghanistan, you're gonna win. You're gonna fight Vietnam, you're gonna win. Whatever you go into battle, you're gonna win. In our mind, it doesn't matter how good of a physical soldier you are. If you don't have the spirit, if you don't have righteousness in you, then what good are you? Because I don't know if y'all heard about this, but there's a lot of rapes that go on in the military. You heard about that? There's a lot of molestation, rapes, drug use, a lot of what else? Homosexuality. You know what I mean? Like all these things go on in the U.S. military, which they don't understand is the reason why they're going to lose no matter what in the long run. Does that make sense? Like our king is not going to honor that. He's not going to, oh, you got all these tanks. Like these angels, this is peon stuff to them. That's the difference between a spiritual man and a carnal man. They don't see the Lord. They don't see the angels. They don't see Christ. So they don't have faith in it and believe in it. So they're going to do whatever. The white man is literally, they have another saying, it's called what's might is what's right. Whoever has the biggest military, the strongest guns is going to win. Our mindset is completely opposite. Whoever is the most righteous is going to win. You see what I'm saying? Right. And so that's what we're training in Hebrew Academy. And so your spirit has to be strong to say, okay, I got to go to work. I got to go to camp. I got to go to train. And I got to do it all over again. And so a 7-day week, there literally is no rest in that. If you're really doing Hebrew Academy right, there's no days off. You work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, camp on Saturday, Hebrew Academy. That's literally 8 months, almost a year, which is damn near triple the amount of time you go to PT training. You know what I'm saying? And you're not only cleansing yourself physically, but you're cleansing yourself spiritually because you're cutting off all those things that they smoke cigarettes in the army. They get drunk until they're out of their mind in the army. They snort meth in the army. They're doing things to get through this that keep them going that we're not allowed to do. They're dealing with whores. The Army's though. The Navy, they love prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? They're having all types of illicit sex. Anything that they want to do, they go into the massage parlor and then they having sex with getting a happy ending. Oh, Mr. Army man, come here. Pay more. That's how they be acting next door. The brother said, she's trying to get you out. Every time she sees you, a Hebrew here. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You're going to have to do the pain and stuff. You got to deal with your rib complaining. You never hear? You know what I mean? All these things. You have something about? Go ahead. Okay, no sweat. All right, let's go ahead.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 17. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind.
Right. Don't walk as the heathens walk, in the vanity of their mind. They create all these things that they believe are great, which are falsehoods. Keep going.
Having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart.
Right. Like I just heard today at the slavery, they deported this brother. No, they didn't deport him. ICE locked up this brother, Latino brother, that was born in America. He has a birth certificate in America, and the devil still ain't let him go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are blind into doing whatever the hell they want to without recompense, like without dealing with any consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like, even as a Black and Hispanic man, Native American man, we have some type of conscience. No matter how far we go, you'll see in the worst movies, they be like, all right, I need you to go kill everybody in the house. It'll be somebody that is the serial killer. You know what I'm saying? This is his job to get paid by the drug boss to go kill. They got hundreds of bodies. They're like, nah, it's a child in here. I'm not about to kill the baby. I damn near about to get killed because I didn't kill the baby, but I'm not killing this baby. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always something. But there is no one more violent than your oppressor. There is no one that is able to kill ruthlessly more than your oppressor. And they do these things like there is no consequences or repercussions for their behavior, which is that ignorance is talking about. Let's keep going.
Who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness to work all uncleanliness with greediness.
Right. That's lasciviousness? You want to look that one up?
Lascivious.
It's what lascivious. Yep.
Lascivious.
Yep. Yeah. You looking it up? And my brother's on it. He's on it correct. Does anybody know what it means before? Yeah, it's a good one to look up as well. Go ahead.
Verse.
He gonna read it.
Lasciviousness, definition, as a noun signifies the quality or state of being lascivious, which is often characterized by a strong, inappropriate, or excessive interest in sexual activity.
Right. So yeah, that's who being past feeling have given themselves over to lasciviousness. That's that deviancy that has happened in these type of people. You see in our oppressors, and you see in people that don't have the spirit of the Lord that claim to be Israelites, which perfect example. You know, we ain't gonna go into the gorilla type cat, man, but they just said somebody said that Diddy was his elder. Select. He was getting counsel good. He was getting counsel from him, you know what I'm saying? That's who he was calling. That was it. He was under commanding General Dillard. Salakia. Salakia. All right. Let me switch up my glasses, man. Them too dark. I ain't gonna be able to see nothing out here. All right. Keep going.
Verse 20. But ye have not so learned Christ.
Mm-hmm.
If so, be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Jesus.
Right. You can say Yahweh Shai as well. Right. So if you learn Christ, you're not going to do these things. That's what we're here to teach our brothers and sisters. The things that Christ died for wasn't to continue in sin. It was to end you from sinning. It's to convict your spirit to be something different, to let that old person die off. And that's what it's going to say here. Let's keep going.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man,
right,
which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Right. And that's key right here. I'm going to ask y'all real quick. I'm going to ask both of y'all brothers. What does it mean when it says deceitful lust?
It's like all of the lustful, wicked things that you think about.
Mm-hmm. But what is the deceitful part of it?
Like how the scriptures say that the mind is deceitful above all things. And they'll sit up there and try to say, oh, you should do this, and you really know that you shouldn't be doing it.
Right. All right. That's a while. Go ahead.
I got definition of deceit. It seems like the action of lust, like you actually doing it. The deceit is the action or practice of deceiving someone by concealing or misrepresenting the truth.
That's heavy. So explain it. Let's see how you tie that into deceitful lust. Like what is the concealing of the truth?
Like how like the gorilla do.
Okay.
Like, you know, that's deceitful lust. You know what I mean? He sat there, he cried about it and everything, knew that he was wrong. Right. And I was still trying to defend his wrongdoing and his, spot and what he thinks is the truth as far as following Most High.
Right. And to add on to that, it says, read verse 22 one more time. It's like for keep going, but I'm gonna read it one more time.
Right. Verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
Right. So when we kill off our old man, which is a part of it, it's not over. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different Hebrew academy, but to a certain extent, for you to finish that, you have to put off a part of your old man. And the key and the most important thing about the Hebrew academy and the resurrection is to be born again into the brotherhood. Like when you're greedy, you care about yourself. These lusts that everyone does is for themselves. The sexual deviancy is for yourself. Getting high is for yourself. Getting money, why do these niggas want to get money so much? So they can get the car, so they can get the jewelry, so they can get a broad, so they can have sex for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these lusts are really selfish, greedy things, which is talking about, right? And so keep going.
Which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Right, your mind, your old conversation, the old man is geared towards your carnality, is geared towards your flesh. The things you want to do that are sins tied to your flesh. If you think about it, smoking weed, flesh. Smoking cigarettes, flesh. Pimping women, flesh. Why? You want to get money, put these clothes on. You want to get money, drive this car. It's for your flesh. All your lusts that you have is carnal. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. In order to be a soldier for the Lord, you can now say, I'm not going to do this for the Lord. I'm not going to do this for that. And you put up treasures in heaven. You're not going to receive that reward in the flesh in essence. But even inside of that, I don't want to confuse it too much. Once you push through, you start to see the reward too. Because then you do have life. You realize you didn't need to get high in order to be happy. You didn't need to have this car or these clothes in order to have value in yourself. All of those things, once you are spiritually minded, now you can see your value. And one of the most important things that adds value to your life, I'm going to try to ask this question to y'all. One of the most important things that adds value to your life that's not, damn, I don't want to give it away. We'll just ask it like that first and see where your mind's at. What are some of the most important things that can add value to your life in the truth? Like if it's not a car, it's not a clothes. This is one of the most important things that Hebrew Academy. That's the only lesson I'm gonna give you. Go ahead, up.
Brother, sir.
Goddamn right. See what I'm saying? Like your life, now you find value in helping someone else, being there for someone else, doing something for someone else, which is the opposite of carnality. You see what I'm saying? Like this is how we are followers of Christ. It's by what we do. The two most important commandments: love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. You love yourself, don't want to do heroin. You don't want him to do heroin. You love yourself, you don't want your daughter to be a whore. You don't want his daughter to be a whore. You know what I'm saying? It just cleans up our culture, our nation, by having brotherhood for each other. And when you find value in the brotherhood you have for another, that is how you stop doing these things. And that's what shows. I went on a Diddy thing for a first couple, you know what I'm saying? Gorilla's got his time, but I'm gonna be done. But Captain Mashak said he's blazing on Gorilla Hebrew too. The end of this year, until we get to 2026. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him a couple more weeks, but stuff keeps coming out. But you know what I mean? Like he didn't have brotherhood. Like, just think about it. Like, you have brothers' lives in your hand. These men look at you like a spiritual leader, and you are in the back room doing this, not knowing that if this comes out, it's going to destroy all of what they have done. All the money they literally gave tithes. They went to work for a goddamn white man every day. No one wants to go to work. We all hate our goddamn slaveries. They sacrifice time going to camp. They see their kids, all of these things to get to Passovers, everything they've done to find out all of this is destroyed. And that's because he was a selfish bastard. And that's why we're saying, like, he hasn't repented. The whole narrative is like, leave him alone, he's repented. No one is really looking like, they don't see how many lives he's destroyed by doing this behavior. So 2 weeks don't happen for you to repent for that. 2 weeks don't go by and you can fix as many lives you destroyed for years and years and years and years. And then 2 weeks is like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nigga, I've spent, nigga, $10,000 going to Passover these past 3 years. Give me that back. Nigga, I done, nigga, lost children and got rid of my wives, and I could have been selling dope and doing all this, you know what I mean? Made money, and nigga, you over here being worse than a drug dealer? The hell? You know what I mean? So that's selfish. Like, I digress, man. You're gonna put me on a timer, young man. It's like, well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm getting away from saying long
Verse 23.
Right.
Verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
All right, self-explanatory. You change your mind and your spirit. That's what allows you to do this. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. And that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Right. And so the things that the Hebrew Academy allows brothers to become new is the physical pain and suffering. Because if you can control your flesh and deal with things that are uncomfortable, that are painful in your flesh, it strengthens up your spirit. So now when you have to face something that's difficult and hard, you can push through it. And that's why we combine the two. So someone in the world is literally getting all pleasure. Whatever you want, whatever your body wants, you're doing it. And that makes you what? Based on what I just said. If I'm keeping you
new.
No. Somebody in the world, when they want to get high, they get high. When they get frustrated, I gotta smoke a cigarette. They smoke. When they see a woman, she choosing on them, she a heathen, she whatever, she a whore, she want to sleep with you, I'm doing it. Your flesh is getting whatever it wants. So that, oh, go ahead. Let me see if you got what I'm saying.
Makes you weak, sir.
There you go. Get that brother here. So if I deny my flesh and I don't do what I want, and I'm over here doing these push-ups and I'm running up this hill and my body's hurting and I keep going, that makes me stronger in my spirit. But if I do whatever I want all the time, it makes me weaker in my spirit. Then there's nothing that I can say no to. You see what I mean? So it's like, even like I said, my mom, she's in the world. She's not in the truth, but she called me. She pulled my car when I was in the world smoking weed. She was like, you can't go no time without getting high. You're weak. And me in the world, I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to accept it. Coming into the truth, I'm like, damn, she was right. Like, I couldn't go through nothing. Nigga cut me off in traffic. Oh, man, I get the house. I got to smoke a blunt. You know what I'm saying? They didn't mess up my order at McDonald's. God damn. I want to get high. You know what I'm saying? This is a job. Whatever it is, I got to escape reality constantly because I become weaker and weaker and weaker in the addiction to weed. I never dealt with anything that frustrates me and actually addressed it. So I have to mask it with getting high. So it's like somebody cut me off instead of me like, damn, that's crazy, but it's not the end of the world. All right, boom, a little bit stronger. Okay, it didn't mess up my order, but I'm able to get more food or just go to another restaurant. All right, okay, my ribs doing all right. You know what I mean? Like, you can get stronger and deal with more things if you don't lean on something that your flesh is using to take you away from that. Make sense?
Right.
All right, cool. All right, I think that's pretty Tawab. I think what's going on. All right, that's Tawab. Let's go to the next precept. Let's go to Romans 6:6. Yeah, I got it. I get it for a second. All right. Let's go.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin.
Right. So, like I said, this is all talking about. So it's twofold, right? You not only resurrect or reincarnate or regenerate after you pass, but you also can regenerate right here as a new man when you kill off that old person, which is the reason why when we come into the truth, you do your 90 days or however long it takes for you to get your name to signify that you are a new person. So there's certain precepts. Some people can't come to you and say, "Oh, you used to sell dope, and I remember when you was doing this and do that." No, I never did that. I never did. No, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they the police. What you mean? You used to sell? No, I never did that. Yeah, you did. Hey, man, Shema. You know what I'm saying? Shakwat. My name is Kasar Pakad Ban Yahweh Ban Yasharala. I'm saying I never did that. Like you are a new person, and that is something that's very powerful because one of the strongest things that demons do is try to hold you to the things that you've done. A lot of times people can't get past what they've done, and it keeps them there. But if you're able to get past it, become a new person, then you can move forward. But then there's also finding that part where you don't forget the things you've done in order to do more positive things. You appreciate the mercy that you've had to get another chance. Make sense? Let's keep going. All right.
Verse 7, for he that is dead is free from sin.
Right. So I think we was hearing Captain Azaria talk about that earlier, that you being free from sin is you do not continue in sin when you come into the truth. We all have been sinners, but doesn't mean we continue in sin. Keep going.
Verse 8, now if we be dead with Christ, we believe that we shall also live with him.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 9, knowing that Christ, being raised from the dead, dieth no more, death has no more dominion over him.
Mm-hmm. So we know that Christ being raised from the dead, he's not going to die anymore. And death have no more dominion over him. He's conquered. This is another thing to help kill any fear of death. Just seeing that element, we know. Like to me, they talk about the miracles of the Bible a lot of times, and they say how does it make sense or anything like that, or like Christ can heal somebody. But y'all know, like a lizard's tail can get cut off and grow right back. So it's like if that was a human, if they cut your hand off and it grew back, we'd be like, oh my God, it's a miracle. But we literally see things like that happen in the physical realm. Like, you remember when somebody else asked that question, like, how can a donkey talk in the Bible? And then you can Google a parrot speaking English right now and Spanish and German. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ox.
Sir, the Lord made the donkey talk.
Right. But no, I'm saying, like, but they don't believe in God, so they believe this book is lying. but you can see a parrot talk. So how do they explain that? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like, you don't believe that the Lord can make someone's hand grow back again if he can make a lizard's tail grow back, then I believe that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the same thing. Like, if you believe Christ raised again from the dead, how can you not believe that someone else can come back? Someone else can regenerate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see. I'm gonna keep holding on here. See if there's anything on here that we need. Let's go to verse 12.
Verse 12, let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye shall obey it in the lust thereof.
Right. So you can't let it reign or rule or take over your body. You have to kill that want off. You have to fight it. Life is about warfare. You have to be able to become spiritually strong so that you are the one that's in charge of your flesh. Because if you're saying, I don't want to smoke weed, and then you keep doing it, who is in control of your flesh? Who is telling you to do that? Go ahead.
Satan.
I'll take it. Demon, you know what I'm saying? A demon is using your voice in your head, say, hey, yeah, pick it up. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You got to be like, nah, that's not me. That's not what I want to do. I've made this decision. I know this Bible. I know the truth. I see my brothers. I love my brothers and my nation, that I'm not going to do this for them. This is not just about me today doing this. If I do this, I'm letting everyone else down. If I go on to camp next week and speak and tell Blacks and Latinos it's time for you to come together and unite, and your oppressor is the devil, and that we need to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and then I go home and smoke a cigarette or a blunt, I am hurting them. I'm a hypocrite. I cannot really teach this truth to them because I'm living a lie. So in order for me to help, I know this is going to help change their life. But it has to start with me. I can't help them by telling them these words. I can't teach my kids how to stop or to never sell drugs, and I sell drugs. It's just never going to work. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to have the authority to even do that, I have to stop myself from doing the things that I may want to do. And so, keep going.
Verse 13, neither yield ye your members of instruments of unrighteousness unto sin, but yield yourselves unto God.
Right.
As those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto God.
Right. Read verse 14. We're done on this.
Verse 14, for sin shall not have dominion over you,
right?
For ye are not under the law, but under grace.
Right. So, that's that. Like, not being under the law, we're under grace. We've been given the opportunity to get a second chance, and we should take that second chance. Not like Christians to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Being a Christian is a complete cycle of sinning, repenting, sinning, repenting, sinning, repenting. When Christ died for us to stop sinning, he told that woman that was committing adultery to sin no more. He didn't save her life and think that Christ was going to come out there next week. That's what the Christians think. That turns Christ into a Captain Save-A-Ho. You know what I'm saying? Like, say this broad. She over here committing adultery. He like, nah, don't stone her to death. And then next week she out there doing it again. You think Christ was going to do that again? Like, you didn't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine that? Like, for real. Could you imagine that? I don't think y'all really imagine it. Bring it to life. Bring it to modern day and put guns in it. Explain the story again with guns. Please. Bob, get shot. Explain it, young man. What happened with the woman committing adultery with guns?
Like,
instead of stones.
Like if
same story. Just explain it.
With
guns.
That's like a
okay. Okay. Damn, yeah. If you really watching, slug it. A woman, yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's like if I was with a woman and she committed adultery against me, and I knew about it, and I was like, oh, it's good, babe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was mad at her at first, but then I was sick her back.
Nah, nope. I'm gonna give his brother one shot at it. Explain the same story, just with guns. Exactly what happened. Just explain the same story.
So they caught the woman in adultery.
Okay.
They grabbed their guns.
Okay.
They got to shoot her and kill her.
Okay. They got aimed at her.
Aimed at her.
You know what I'm saying? What kind of gun? Shit.
AK-47.
Damn. I was gonna say like a 4.5. Okay. They got ARs. She's in a circle. They about to blow her brains out. Okay. Okay. And then what happened?
They said, "Hey, Christ." They come to Christ because they was trying to trip him up,
Right?
To see if he was going to break the law,
right?
And pretty much, they said that this woman has committed adultery, and he said, okay, well, whoever that is have not sinned, shoot the first bullet.
Damn. Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Yeah, let me see. Let me get it to that part. What is it? John 8, I believe. It says John 8. They said 10. They might have killed him. So they said, okay, let's go to it. Let's go. John 8. And let's start at verse 1. It's a lot. The reason why I want y'all to see it like this is because when you make it real like this, it takes the Christianity off of it. You know what I'm saying? The Christians, how they take it is completely evil and wicked. But let's go ahead. What time
This is the book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 1. Yahushua went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them.
Right, so he's in the middle of teaching. He's having class out here. That's what he woke up in the morning to do, early, teaching the people the scriptures and how to be righteous men and women. Go ahead.
And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery, and when they had set her in the midst.
Right, they put her in the middle of everyone while you in the middle of teaching. Go ahead.
They said unto him, Master.
Hold on. Master, what shows their evilness too. But it's countless precepts as well. I was reading one the other day where they call teachers master too. So that just knows that whole slaves obey your masters concept in Ephesians they try to say. But that's another topic. But this is how our culture, we call teachers master. But they don't really look at him like a master. They're trying to trick him. So that's being deceitful in itself. Keep going.
This woman was taken in adultery in the very act.
Right. So how we say, Martha, she was busting it wide open. You know what I'm saying? She was getting it in. Somebody was tearing it off. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
Right. They said we should blow our goddamn brains out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take this chopper and we're gonna shoot her. You know what I'm saying? But what do you say, Christ? Go ahead.
This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him.
Right, because so Christ was teaching grace. Christ was teaching mercy. If he says not to shoot the broad, then he can be seen as being evil, and they can shoot him. They can kill him. Keep going.
But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground as though he heard them not.
Yeah, he was a cold brother. He like, man, I ain't even here. He's like, he's not even paying attention to them. You know what I'm saying? Because he sees the magnitude of what they're trying to do. But keep going.
So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Right. So you shoot the first shot. You've never done anything. You've never committed any sin. Let you go ahead and do it. Keep going.
And again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last.
Right. So you know that sound like if you got like a Glock or something, you kind of let one bullet out the head and then you take the clip out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta, hey, all right, you pick the bullet back up, put it back in the clip, put it back in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like you dechamber that shit. Like, all right, keep going.
And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst.
Mm-hmm.
When when Yahushua had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thy accusers? Has no man condemned thee?
Right. So he's like, where's everybody at? No one here is accusing me of this. No one's ready to shoot you right now. Where they at? Keep going.
She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
Go and what?
Sin no more.
Right. So Christ now has saved her life, given her another opportunity. She's looking down the barrel of a gun, which is actually, in comparison, is what?
Life and death?
No. Okay. If the two, I'm like, they were going to stone her. My example is the AK. Actually, the AK is you lost the AK. Okay, which one would you want?
Neither.
Okay, but if you had to choose, go ahead. Exactly. Get it, bro. Like the AK is better. In this analogy, I'm taking the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this quick. Getting killed to death by stoning is not fun. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how hard this person is throwing. You don't know if they're gonna connect. You might get hit in the shoulder. Then you might, it's like boom, boom. You get knocked out. You kind of come back to consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, to get stoned to death is a slow and painful death. You know what I mean? You might get your teeth knocked out first, nose broken, then eventually you're going to die. But at least with the bullet, all I need is one or two, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? So she's looking down the barrel of a gun. He saved her life. Could you imagine this bitch doing this the next week? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how would y'all feel? Now I'm gonna pass it around again. How would you look at her if they like came and ran the Christ like she had it again? Was that shit? Was this the like my life from my name from Friday? He's like, that crazy bitch outside again. Like she doing it again. Like she busting it open again. How would you feel about her?
Disappointed.
Disappointed? Okay, what you got?
Right, I feel like she's stupid.
That'd be too. Both. I don't even know if I would be. Yeah, I feel you. I guess disappointed. I would be like, she is dumb, and she has a problem. You know what I'm saying? She's unappreciative. She is disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So all of that. Why am I bringing that out? We all looking at the girl of the gun every day. We're no better than her. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way she was worthy of death is the same way we are worthy of death. The same way Christ jumped in front of that barrel of the gun for us is the same way he jumped in for her. It's the same way he jumped in for us. You don't have to see it. You don't have to go through that situation if you become a spiritual man. you can feel it and make it real for yourself to see that you've been through this situation where you could have died. You've been through this situation where you could have went to jail. You've been in this situation where you could have caught a disease. You've been in this situation where, you know what I mean? All these things that you have been preserved for. And every day that you're waking up, you have an opportunity to do what the Lord is commanding you to do. And every time you don't do that, it's like disrespecting what Christ done, and it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful, and it's disappointing, and it's it looks very stupid. So we don't want to take that lightly. I'm gonna look at one precept, and we'll go to a couple more, and we'll close out. Let me see. If anybody got any comments, please go ahead. Just add on. First. Give me Hebrews 10 and 29. But that's what we're here for. We're here to get stronger and lean on that, on the brotherhood, seeing brothers that have been through the same things. Is the same way they talk about Christ. Like, he came to show you that it's possible to do these things. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to be living examples. The same things we've all been afflicted from, we've seen other brothers conquer that as well. Like, I literally felt like it was nigh on impossible to stop smoking weed because my whole peer group couldn't stop smoking. And so when I tried, and then I go around them, they passed me the blunt, and I hit it. I'm like, damn, quit yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I quit 2 days ago. It's like muscle memory. I didn't even intentionally start smoking again because the people you around are living that life and you just don't even think about it. But it's like until you separate from them, which is one of the most important things coming into the truth. You can go back when you're stronger, but if you're trying to fight, it's usually important to kind of separate yourself from people in the world so you can get that spirit strong enough and see other people. If everyone around us, they have that famous saying, if you got 9 rich friends, you're going to be the 10th one. Or birds of a feather flock together. If you are around a group of people that are sinning, it's going to seem like it's impossible to stop. But if you're around a group of brothers that are not, then you are going to see that it is possible, because the same thing that Christ went through, same thing that I'm going through, the same thing that I'm going through is the same thing that you went through. You went through this. Okay, I know what it feels like to go through that. Just keep fighting, keep going through, keep coming around, brothers. You're going to get past that. All right, go ahead when you got it.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 29.
Right.
Of how much sore punishment.
Okay, go up maybe 2 verses. Let me see. Let me see.
26.
Yeah, let's start there. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26.
Uh-huh.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
Right. So we continue to sin after we receive the knowledge of the truth. There is no more sacrifices for sin. You can't keep going back and giving a turtle dove or giving a lamb for your sins like we could with Moses. Now Christ has died. We have the truth. There's no more sacrifices. You are going to have to be your sacrifice for yourself. You're going to have to lose. So you're not only if you continue, you're playing with your life at this point. That's what that woman was going. It's like Christ is not going to keep saving you from that. It's the same thing where we're at. Keep going.
Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversary.
Right, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. You want to take a shot at that? Anyone? It's a little, wordy, but a certain fearful looking, like there remains no more sacrifice of sins, but this remains a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. Now, if you take it in that context, I see you first.
Like you're gonna, like I understand the first part. Like you're gonna, if you sin and you know it, you're gonna get punished for it. Because there's no more sacrifice for your sin. Like Christ didn't die for that. And then it's saying that for a certain fearful looking for judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. Like it's looking for you constantly like looking over your shoulder, like when you gonna get judged.
There you go. Right. That's what remaining. So you before is no more sacrifices for sin. So what remains is you're gonna be always in the fear of this judgment that's gonna come to you.
Right.
That's what you're gonna be looking towards because that's what is owed to you. You know what I mean? And that's gonna devour the adversaries of Christ, the people that are enemies of Christ. Because if you are not with me, you are against me. You're not with Christ. You're not raising up the children of Israel. You're against the children of Israel. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 28, He that despises Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
Right. So this ties into that sister. Like the one that despised Moses' law died, got put to death, got shot, stoned, stabbed, whatever you want to look, drowned. They got killed with 2 or 3 witnesses can get you put to death if you broke Moses' law. Keep going.
Verse 29, of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy who has trodden under the foot the Son of God?
All right, young man Jesus, what's that mean? You're giving the mic as well, Baba Bashar. This is what happens to someone that breaks the law of Moses, verse 29, of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy who hath trodden under foot the Son of the Most High. You got it.
Like, I don't know if I'm following the right way, but
if he that despised Moses' law died without mercy. If someone that just like her didn't obey Moses' law, they died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. How much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy who hath trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High?
Like when it says who hath trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High, I'm kind of confused on what exactly that.
Okay, and let's keep going.
Like, is that somebody who actually follows the Most High?
Keep going a little bit. It might reveal it to you. You can go ahead and read.
And hath counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace.
Right.
Okay. So like somebody who continues, sir, to do the same thing.
Right. And trod it under the foot. What is trodden? Trodden means to like trample. Trodden underfoot, the Son of
somebody who just like don't care at all, or isn't fearful at all what will happen to them.
You're right. You on it. Don't think you on it. The Son of God. Who is the Son of God? That'll give you the answer. There you go. Right. So tie all together. What is it saying? This was Moses' law, and Moses was under the old,
Under the Old Testament
covenant too, right? And this one talks about the blood of the new covenant under Christ. So if you were to get killed by 2 or 3 witnesses under Moses, sore punishment means what?
Word.
Exactly. Get it by the hand. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna read it again. Had Brother read it. Go ahead. Either one of y'all read it.
Verse 29. And of how much sore punishment suppose ye?
So now I'm gonna break it down in modern terms. Nigga, how much more do you think? Suppose ye, what the do you think is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? You didn't, if you okay, break it down. I know this brother like broke it down like that. Like who was okay, who we got? We got some gangster movies, blah 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 blah. I can't think. Damn, I'm running out of damn. What's some movies that we knew coming up where you had like an underboss and you had a ball. Okay. Like, okay, go ahead. You got one? Okay. Who was the underboss? Who was the big boss? Jamaican. Okay, yeah, okay. I was on the same. Yep. So it's like Tommy Buns, right? How under Tommy, if you do this, he gonna kill you and your girl. But the Dundada, like how much worse do you think if you steal from him? How much worse you think it's gonna be if you take advantage of him, if you snitch on him? Like, bruh, if you do this to Tommy, he gonna shoot up your house. If you do this to the Jamaican boss, he gonna burn down your whole neighborhood, your whole fossil. I don't care if you just talk to the man. I'm killing you too. Like, damn, this nigga, I work at the store. He come here. I don't care. All of y'all friends, all of y'all have to die. Like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the spirit it is. It's like Moses was killing you with 2 witnesses. Nigga, if you disrespect Christ, not only did he give you another chance, you're treating him like he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand he's way more powerful than Moses. He's way more important than Moses. He's the son of the Most High. You gonna come here and disrespect? Okay. You feel me? Like, come on. You were fucking up this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get checked, cat. It's like you got caught sleeping with this brother. Is not your husband. I gave you another. Like, can you imagine the conversation with the bro? Like, Christ is gonna be like, okay, he probably be talking real calm. I can see it like that. Like, you know, be yelling and nothing. He gonna be doing that stuff that we doing today. Like, you're like, yeah. So you feel me? After all, you feel me? And I gave you the, you know what I'm saying? And you gonna keep, like, all right, man, for sure. Line it up. Because you taking me like I'm some kind of, like, I don't got power and I don't got angels and I don't got, you already didn't give a damn about Moses. You played Moses like he was a J-Cat. You played him like he was a sucker. Like, Moses wasn't about that life, man. He said, if you got 2 witnesses, get done. Now I'm me. I got angels and I've been healing people, bringing people back to death. And you're going to take my mercy like it's a joke? Okay, we're going to show you. You know what I'm saying? So read that verse again. Salaki. Verse 29.
Verse 29. Of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy, who has trodden under the foot the Son of God,
right,
and has counted the blood of the covenant.
Where do they get the blood for this covenant from? Go ahead. Exactly. So not only did he save your life, he actually had to die to save your life. And you're trampling on that blood like it meant nothing to you. That's the spirit of a Christian. That's the spirit of a fake Israelite. That's the spirit of Gorilla Hebrew. Like, you're trotting down on this brother's sacrifice like it means nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's way more evil than just doing a regular sinning. Keep going.
And
Wherewith?
Wherewith he was sanctified and under an unholy thing, and has done deceit, despite unto the Spirit of grace.
Right. So where he was sanctified, we was cleansed with this blood, and we treated like it was an unholy thing and didn't mean anything, and have done despite unto the Spirit of grace. Like, even though we had this mercy, we're going to continue doing that. All right, keep going.
Verse 30,
Mm-hmm.
For we know him that has said, Vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people.
Right, verse 31, we're done with this one.
Verse 31, it is a fearful thing.
It is a what?
It is a fearful thing.
Read.
To fall into the hands of the living God.
Right, what is the beginning of wisdom?
Fear of the Lord.
There you go. Right? Like that, if you don't fear the Lord, you won't be wise, you won't make the right decisions. There's no way. All right, let's get the last precept. I had a few more. I had a lot in Corinthians. That's a lot to go over, but we won't go to that. Let's go to oh man, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. What's the precept? It just slipped my mind. Like, the beginning of wisdom is to fear the Lord. If you don't fear the Most High, you just send me the precept I wanted. But the fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom. That's what's going to allow you to make the right decisions. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want give me James 2 and 17. Let's see. 2 and 14. Let's see what we got. James 2 and 14. See if that's what I want. Okay. Right. I'll take that. And then, okay. Yeah, and so we'll just drop down to verse 17. Go ahead and read it when you got it.
This is the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
What though it profit, my brethren, though a man say he has faith and have not works, can faith save him?
Right. So it's just a good teaching moment right now, because today is his turn. Next week it'll be IUIC or Nathaniel. But what doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith? He said, Gorilla Hebrew said he believed in the Lord. You understand? TD Jakes, all these cats. He's really a peon. We'll be done. Like I said, everybody has their time. But the real battle is the Roman Catholic Church. That's who I want. I really want the Pope. I really want these Muslim imams. I want these people to be sure. They have billions of followers. He's got his small little online following, whatever, who cares? But since people in this community or Hebrew Israelite community look up to men like him, they think he's a man of God. They think he's a man of faith. What good does it for him to say he has all this faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Like, how do you say you believe the last precept we read, where the Lord said it's a terrible thing to fall in his hands? You have to believe that. That's why I say imagine it. Bring that woman to life. See it in front of you. See her with an AK in front of her and someone save her life. Like, we walk out of here and that happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just go outside. We leave in the parking lot and some people drawing down on the bro. She would, and then somebody come on like, nah, man, a brother in the school come out and say, Captain Zarya, General Hyman, Captain Guam, whoever, Karak, Eagle, hey, brother, nah, put the guns down. Come on. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. Put it down. Take the bullet out of the chamber. Give her another chance. She do it. She live. And then, you know what I mean? Like, once you visualize that, you internalize that, you can start to see what to do. Because if you have faith that that story really happened, then you know what to do. I don't believe Gorilla Hebrew believes the story now. See what I'm saying? Like, to him, this must be a fairy tale book. You're playing with this book like it's not real. When it said that it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of God, are we talking about the same thing? Because I fear the Lord. Like, nigga, it's God. I don't need to see this in front of me to believe that if I keep doing this thing, he's going to kill me. I believe in that. I have faith in that. So I don't do this thing. But if you don't have faith, you won't do the works that the Lord wants you to do because it's just a story to you. Read that verse again.
So I get verse 14. What does it profit, my brethren,
right?
Though a man say he has faith.
Right. You believe this is the word of God. Everything you read in this Bible is true, right? What good is it for you? Keep going.
And have not works.
Right. You don't do what the hell it tells you to do. You don't go and help other people. You don't teach other people. You don't stop getting high. You don't stop smoking. You don't stop dealing with whores. You don't stop dealing with white women. You don't stop selling drugs. You don't do any of the works that this book is saying, but you say you believe in it. You are full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you say you really have faith that this is real? You believe Christ resurrected. You believe all this. You believe you the 12 tribes of Israel. You believe you from Judah. You believe you from Ephraim. You believe you from Gad. You believe that? You sure? Do you have any doubt in your mind that this is not true? Because if you let Satan have doubt in your mind that this is not true, you're going to continue doing what you're doing. But if you wholeheartedly believe somebody put the gun to your head and say, is this the truth? Then you know what you need to do. You understand? Keep going.
Can faith save him?
Right. That faith ain't going to save you if you don't do what you have faith in says to do. Make sense? Like, if you just believe in it, that's fine. That's cool. But if it doesn't cause you to do anything, then it's null and void. Drop down to verse, what I say?
Verse 16.
I think, what is verse 16? Maybe verse 18. Faith without works. That's usually the one on one. Is that what it's going to say, or 16?
Yeah, 16.
All right. Give me those things. 17. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead, being alone.
Right. And so, once again, we'll end it on that note. We're at 9 o'clock right now. But that's the spirit of what I wanted to bring out with this class is so important, is for us to be encouraged coming back from Passover, to always examine ourselves, always examine what we can do to become better, always fight our flesh, always get counsel, lean on the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? And let's do this work. Right now is the time. This is our new year. Between now and next year, what can we present as soldiers for the Lord in Christ? What can we present as soldiers under the men above us that done those things? That when they said it was just us three. So if Commander Juliana is telling 10 people in a room, 15 people in a room, there's going to be seas of brothers here, then I can say the same thing here today. That is 2, 3 brothers in here, but one day it can be sea of men in the Bay Area that are in the truth. If we do our job, it should be the UPK, what we saw Passover, should be every zone. Because the same things they did to multiply this to that, we have the abilities to do that in every zone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen by them just talking or kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like on Monday night, I went to class with General Hyman in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my rib and my kids. And we got through the class. And after, I'm like, damn, okay, we about to head out. It's getting late. It's like 10:30 out here. We got to get there. Next morning, we got to get on the plane, blah, blah, blah. Black Watch came on. They're like, yeah, General Hyman's about to get on Black Watch and do class. You know what I'm saying? Like the day before, after the Feast on Unleavened Bread is over, he went down and was counseling brothers. It's like, me, I got to get home. I got to take these kids. We got to catch this flight. We done at 9:30. He's going to stay there till 11:30. In order for the UPK to exist, if he didn't do that consistently, then we wouldn't have this room full of brothers and sisters. That makes sense?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to be that. And somebody's got to pick up what he's doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, saying all that to say, in order for this to grow as a zone and fill this place up, we have to do the things that they done. The stories came down that the general slept on the floor in the basement in Baltimore with rats and roaches, and the concrete wasn't carpeted, none of that, in order for their school to exist. It's the same thing. How many things is Captain Zariak doing in order to bring more brothers in the truth? Who is going to mimic that? Who is going to repeat that? Who is going to sacrifice going home at 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, so that you can stay up and teach a class or stay up and do this so that you can save one more brother? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless we do that, then we won't fill this room up with 1,000 men. Who's going to go to camp? Who's going to do it? Like, we have to follow the thing that was set down to help save other brothers. They cared about us before we cared about us. So that's why we talk about the things that they done, because I understand, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ, okay, Most High Christ, all the credit goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He has to use men in order to work today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are you going to be the vessel? You know what I'm saying? So that someone can say, yeah, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai, and the water to Commander General Yohana, but the water to Captain Cornwall. You know what I'm saying? The water to Officer Karak, because Commander Yohana's in Philly. You know what I'm saying? General Hyman's in New York in headquarters. Nigga, Quam is here. Karak is there. Yawasop is here. This is how my life became altered and changed. He had to sacrifice those things, and so that my family could be better. And I have to do that to help someone else. You know what I'm saying? And we keep passing it on, and that's how we keep growing this thing. So the mission is we conquer our flesh, build up our spirit, kill off the old man whose life is just about yourself. Make your life about brotherhood. Make your life about others. Make your life about helping someone else, and you will see this thing grow like wildfire. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else? Swap? Any comments? All right, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get this work done. Hopkins. We have the young man Jesus read this security announcements. We'll go ahead and close out. The water. Okay.
We are the IGPK under Commander General Yohana. Starting 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There are 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. This means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asherah. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of Unleavened Bread.
All right. Closing of the feast will be what, this Saturday or Sunday? Which date does it say? Does it say the closing date? April, it should say from this date to that date.
April 20th.
Yeah, April 20th. Yep.
Closing of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, April 28th.
20th.
April 20th.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna be celebrating 420, getting high. We're gonna be in here, celebrating the end of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? Right.
Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway.
Right.
If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black.
Right.
Boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that being said,
You got it, or you want me to walk you through it? We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher.
One courtesy salute to the teacher.
So you want to turn this way too, as well. All right. And he's Minividual Amajim.
Minividual Amajim.
And then I'll tell y'all that. So Amajim is you're standing with your feet together and at a 45 degrees, so heels touching. So like, I know y'all can't see mine, but like a pizza can get in between like that. Yep. That's Amajim. Fits right by your side of your pockets. That's Amajim. You know from here.
Amajim Shabbat.
Yep. Right foot
Amajim.
out. Yep.
Y'all about to y'all stop rock thumb.
Y'all about to y'all shot rock a thumb. Yad Yum Matah.
Yad Yum Matah.
Which means hands down. And then we'll give one courtesy salute to the sisters online.
Individual. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Thabak
Yad Yum Matah. Dismissed.
All right. All right.